Welcome to Top Gear. Today we're setting our sights on a car that has defined urban mobility for millions of people across India, the 2026 Maruti Alto K10. If there has ever been a car that symbolizes practicality, affordability, and reliability all wrapped into one compact package, it is the Alto. For decades, the Alto has carried families, first-time drivers, college students, small business owners, and even fleet operators, earning a reputation that very few cars can rival. Now, for 2026, Maruti Suzuki has given the Alto K10 a thoughtful refresh. It is not a radical reinvention, the essence of the Alto remains intact, but it is an upgrade that addresses the needs of modern buyers who expect efficiency and value yet do not want to compromise on safety, technology, or style. The K10 has always been the sportier, more powerful sibling in the Alto lineup, positioned above the standard Alto 800 or entry trims. With this update, Maruti aims to keep it competitive not only in terms of features but also in its ability to appeal to young, first-time buyers who might otherwise look toward rivals like the Renault Kwid, Tata Tiago, or even entry-level compact SUVs that are beginning to creep into this price band. Before getting into the details, it is important to understand why the Alto matters so much. Launched at the turn of the millennium, the Alto quickly became India's best-selling car and held that crown for over a decade. It was the first car for millions of households, a reliable workhorse for cab drivers, and even today, it serves as an affordable entry point into the Maruti family. The K10 variant, first introduced with a peppier 1.0-liter engine, added a sense of excitement to the Alto badge, giving drivers not just economy, but also a little extra fun behind the wheel. The 2026 update keeps this legacy alive while preparing the Alto for a market that is rapidly evolving. Urban infrastructure is changing, fuel prices are rising, and customer expectations are higher than ever. Compact cars can no longer survive on price alone, they need to deliver a rounded package. That is exactly what Maruti has tried to achieve with this car. So, is the new 2026 Maruti Alto K10 still the ultimate small hatchback for the masses, or is it facing pressure from newer, flashier competitors? Let us break it down section by section. Design and aesthetics. The design of the 2026 Alto K10 has been crafted with a delicate balance between tradition and modern appeal. Maruti has retained the compact dimensions that make the Alto perfect for city driving, yet it has given the car sharper styling touches to keep it from looking dated. At the front, the grille has been slightly enlarged and is now framed by sleeker headlamp units. The lamps have a more angular profile, which gives the car a sharper expression when viewed head-on. The bumper has also been reworked with cleaner cutouts for the fog lamps, lending it a more cohesive look. Move to the side and the simplicity of the Alto's character is maintained, but subtle creases now flow across the doors, adding depth to the otherwise plain body panels. Depending on the variant, Maruti offers wheel covers for the lower trims and proper alloy wheels for the higher ones, which instantly lift the visual appeal. The glass area remains generous, something that not only helps with visibility but also prevents the cabin from feeling claustrophobic, an important trait in small hatchbacks. At the rear, the changes are more evolutionary than revolutionary. The tail lamps have been restyled with a slightly more modern light signature, and the bumper has been tweaked for a cleaner finish. The boot lid continues to be simple in design, in keeping with the Alto's straightforward and practical personality. Maruti has also expanded the palette of colors on offer, with brighter shades aimed at younger buyers who want their first car to reflect some personality. Traditional colors like white, silver, and gray remain available for those who prefer subtlety, but the addition of new red, blue, and dual-tone options gives the Alto a fresh lease of life. The Alto has never been a car to shout for attention, and even in 2026, it stays true to that understated approach. Yet the careful refinements to its styling ensure that it does not look out of place parked next to more modern rivals. It continues to project honesty and practicality, while adding just enough flair to please younger drivers. Performance and powertrain, continued. The true charm of the 2026 Alto K10 lies not in raw numbers but in how those numbers translate to the real world. In city driving, where stoplights, traffic congestion, and sudden braking are the norm, the Alto K10 feels eager and light on its feet. The 1.0-liter engine revs freely, and the car's low curb weight means it does not feel sluggish even when fully loaded with 4 passengers. Acceleration from a standstill is brisk enough to keep up with traffic, and overtaking slow-moving two-wheelers or auto rickshaws requires little effort. On the highway, the story shifts slightly. While the Alto K10 is perfectly capable of maintaining speeds of 80 to 100 km per hour, pushing beyond that begins to expose the limitations of its small engine and lightweight build. Wind and road noise creep into the cabin at higher speeds, and the car does not feel as planted as larger hatchbacks or entry-level sedans. That said, for its intended purpose as a city-focused commuter with the occasional long-distance trip, it performs admirably. Drivers who prioritize highway stability may find the Tata Tiago or Hyundai Grand i10 Neos more reassuring, but those cars also come at a higher price point. Ride comfort has seen a noticeable improvement in this 2026 update. Maruti's engineers have retuned the suspension to absorb bumps and potholes better without compromising handling. In urban environments, where uneven roads and speed breakers are common, the Alto K10 glides over obstacles with surprising composure for a car in its segment. At low speeds, the suspension does an excellent job of isolating passengers from harsh jolts, and while sharp potholes can still unsettle the car, the overall experience is much more refined than earlier versions. Handling has always been a strong point for the Alto K10, and this continues with the latest model. The light steering makes maneuvering through narrow lanes and crowded markets a breeze, while the car's compact turning radius is perfect for quick U-turns or tight parking spots. At higher speeds, the steering does feel light and slightly vague, but given the car's primary focus on city driving, this is not a major drawback. For new drivers, especially, the easy steering inspires confidence. Braking performance has also been enhanced with larger discs at the front and recalibrated brake boosters. The result is more progressive and reassuring stopping power. In emergency braking situations, the Alto K10 stops within competitive distances, aided by standard ABS with EBD across all variants. This is a welcome addition, as older budget cars often compromised on braking safety. Another area where the Alto K10 shines is its fuel efficiency under varied driving conditions. In city traffic, with careful driving, it can comfortably deliver around 20 to 22 km per liter. On open highways, where the engine can settle into a steady rhythm, figures can climb closer to 24 km per liter. Few rivals in this segment can match these real-world numbers, making the Alto K10 one of the most economical choices for budget-conscious buyers. Compared to its rivals, the Renault Kwid offers a slightly larger footprint and SUV-inspired styling, but it falls short in terms of outright fuel economy and long-term reliability. The Tata Tiago, while more spacious and better equipped, carries a higher price tag and slightly lower efficiency figures. Hyundai's entry-level models offer more premium interiors, but again, they stretch the budget. This is where the Alto K10 finds its sweet spot. Delivering the essentials of performance, economy, and reliability at a price point that remains accessible to the masses. Perhaps the most underrated aspect of the Alto K10's powertrain is its durability. Owners from previous generations have clocked hundreds of thousands of kilometers with minimal issues, thanks to the simplicity and proven engineering of the K-series motor. For 2026, that tradition continues, and Maruti's widespread service network ensures that keeping the car in top condition is both easy and inexpensive. This reliability is often a decisive factor for first-time buyers who value peace of mind, safety, and technology. When we talk about entry-level hatchbacks, safety has not always been the strongest selling point. In earlier years, cars in this category were often judged only by their price and fuel efficiency, while safety features were considered optional luxuries. But the market has changed, regulations have evolved, and customer expectations have risen. The 2026 Maruti Alto K10 reflects this shift, offering a far more comprehensive safety package than its predecessors. Maruti has made dual front airbags standard across all variants, a feature that was once reserved only for higher trims. ABS with EBD is also standard, ensuring that the car maintains stability under sudden braking, even on slippery surfaces. Rear parking sensors come equipped on every variant, making it easier for drivers to maneuver in tight spaces, something that is especially valuable in congested cities. Higher trims add further peace of mind with a rear-view camera, ISOFIX child seat mounts, and a day/night inside rear-view mirror. These features may sound basic compared to premium cars, but in this segment they represent a significant leap forward. Importantly, the structure of the 2026 Alto K10 has been reinforced to comply with the latest crash test norms. Side impact protection beams and improved crumple zones help the car absorb energy better in the event of a collision, offering more safety to occupants than earlier generations ever could. For new drivers, the Alto K10 also incorporates seatbelt reminders for both front occupants, along with a speed warning system that gently alerts the driver when crossing the 80 and 120 km/h thresholds. While some might find these reminders intrusive, they do encourage safer driving habits, especially among younger owners who may be experiencing highway speeds for the first time. Technology is another area where the Alto K10 has stepped up. The centerpiece of the cabin is a 7-inch infotainment touchscreen, available on higher trims, which runs Maruti's SmartPlay Studio system. It supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, now with wireless connectivity. This means drivers can stream music, access maps, or take calls without the clutter of cables. The interface has been improved for 2026 with a cleaner layout and quicker response times. Lower trims still get a simpler audio system with USB and Bluetooth connectivity, ensuring even budget-conscious buyers are not left without essential tech. The higher trims add steering-mounted controls, which improve convenience and allow drivers to focus on the road while adjusting volume or taking calls. In terms of comfort features, Maruti has ensured the Alto K10 is not bare bones. Air conditioning is available across the range, with higher trims offering manual climate controls that distribute airflow more evenly. The addition of front power windows, central locking, and remote keyless entry in mid to high variants makes the ownership experience more pleasant. Conclusion: the 2026 Maruti Alto K10 may not be the flashiest or most powerful car on the market, but it does not need to be. Its strength lies in its clarity of purpose. It was built to be affordable, dependable, easy to live with, and efficient, and it delivers on all of those promises while now adding the touches of safety, technology, and style that modern buyers demand. In many ways, the Alto K10 represents the spirit of practical motoring. It is not about excess horsepower or fancy gadgets, but about being the right car for the right people at the right time. For first-time car buyers, it is approachable, easy to drive, and light on the pocket. For small families, it offers the flexibility to handle school runs, grocery trips, and the occasional highway outing. For those looking for a second car, it provides unmatched convenience and efficiency. Yes, there are rivals that offer more space, stronger highway manners, or a more premium feel, but they also come with a higher price tag. The Alto K10's biggest advantage remains its balance. It gives you just enough of everything you need while staying firmly within reach of the average buyer. Add to that Maruti's unmatched service network, low running costs, and strong resale value, and it becomes clear why the Alto continues to be a household name year after year. The 2026 update has not reinvented the wheel, but it has polished it. The refreshed design makes it more appealing, the improved safety package brings peace of mind, and the upgraded tech makes everyday use more enjoyable. Most importantly, it retains the qualities that made the Alto such a success in the first place: simplicity, reliability, and efficiency. So, is the new 2026 Maruti Alto K10 still relevant in an era where compact SUVs and premium hatchbacks dominate headlines? The answer is yes. It remains one of the smartest entry-level choices on the market, a car that continues to democratize mobility for millions. For many buyers, it will not just be a first car, it will be the car that defines their driving journey. Stay tuned to Top Gear for more automotive reviews, deep dives, and first looks at the vehicles that shape how we drive today and tomorrow.